Hey, this is your coach Jonathan for another Get Fit Pod podcast, number 187, the Ask Alex interview. That's right, you heard it correctly. I've interviewed our personal trainer at Get Fit Pod, Alex Hipwell, to give you a little bit of insight on our past relationship and what we can bring to you. So I hope you enjoy the video, or you can also download it as an MP3 from iTunes. And enjoy, and I'll see you around next time on Get Fit Pod, where all you need to do is push to play. Hey, Alex from Ask Alex. How you doing today?
I'm good, thanks, Jonathan. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for joining us today on today's podcast and the interview. So we know each other from like way back when we were dancing and choreographing together in the whole Germany freelance dance scene. But why don't you tell our listeners a little bit about when you started to get fit, like even from when you were a kid up until now?
Yeah, great. It all started actually from my parents, of course, and they were a huge influence to me with always being active and being outside a lot. And growing up in Australia on the beach was just, the biggest opening for a kid to do sport. So every afternoon, you went to the beach for a swim, or you went for a run, or gymnastics, or something that was outside. And then I just got really interested in netball, which is an Australian sport, and moved on to swimming, which I competed nationally with.
Wow.
And then really had to make the decision between what I wanted to concentrate on going into high school.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had to knock back a lot of the sports that I played, and decided to concentrate on dancing, which I was not very good at, and God knows why I chose it, but I loved it. And it was the passion, I think, that drove me into choosing that, because it definitely wasn't not winning anything. And from there, I really concentrated a lot and trained hard, and then was accepted into a couple of fantastic schools in Melbourne,
Mm-hmm.
which I decided to take the performing arts road, which led me from there to Germany to do musical theatre and freelance things. And that's where we met, Jonathan Tilley. And so I've been in Germany and America and London and Switzerland for the past 10 years dancing and choreographing, but always kept up, the stuff at the gym and running. I always loved to run, and so now I'm here, and I've got a child, and I'm still fit and love what I do.
So tell me about making the transition from dancing and choreography over to becoming a personal trainer, and also tell us a little bit about the good news that you've just received.
Okay. Well, the transition was probably not a positive thing, I have to say, because it was when the crisis hit, and it kind of woke me up a little bit as a dancer. A lot of freelance dancers were really knocked about with not a lot of work. And it really made me think, is there something else that I'm interested in? And it's really hard when you follow your dreams that's so passionate, and then you try and decide on something else that you want to do. And the only thing that I was really interested in was nutrition, my body, which was all related to dance as well.
Yeah.
So I decided to do a personal training course, which was fantastic. And from there, I didn't really transition until I fell pregnant. And there was not a lot of information around for a pregnant woman. Even with the knowledge and the background that I had, there was still not a lot of information for me. So I decided to apply for a school in New York, which would then specialize me in pre- and postnatal fitness and nutrition. And I was accepted. And I have just received my certified pre- and postnatal exercise and nutrition specialist certificate.
Yeah.
So I'm over the moon.
Cool.
And ready to start my new business, and help all those lovely yummy mummies out there, and be proud of your bump. But the transition, to answer your question, has is hard, but is fantastic because it's just positive every day. There's something new, there's new studies, and I'm really excited to hit this industry the way that I am.
Yeah. It's so funny that you're talking about when you were transitioning, because I remember I was staying at your place on the weekends up in Cologne when I was doing my yoga teacher training. Yeah. And then I finished that, and then you went off to Spain to do your personal trainers. That it was just like, oh, we were just sort of going back and forth and using the apartment that you were staying in as like a landing base, and like giving each other ideas and brainstorming of ways that we can you know, keep on staying fit and doing what we love to do.
Totally.
Cool. Yeah, fantastic. So so it's been so great with the whole transition on my end of things with Get Fit Pod and taking it over from Skip Oram, and we've wanted to include you in. You were one of the first people that I thought of, like, oh, we need to get Alex in on this. So I'm so psyched to have you on Tuesdays and Thursdays for the Ask Alex questions and answers, where listeners and viewers can just write in at alex@getfitpod.com and just ask you any type of question. And the inpouring of questions has been coming in immensely already, and we haven't even launched, which is really fantastic. And anything that you want to say to our viewers, or anybody that has a question that you might want to say,
totally,
anything to them.
Yeah, I do. You're right. You're totally right. With the questions that are coming in, are just so exciting and so interesting for me, and so it makes me feel so good that people who are also, you know, not a personal trainer or not a nutritionist, but still so involved and in tune with their bodies, that they ask these type of questions. And please don't feel stupid or silly asking the question. That's the big thing. I've had a couple of questions where I've really stated in my answers, please don't feel silly, because it's so common, and it's more common than you realize, some of these questions that you have, and you're not the only one out there. And ask, and that's how you're going to learn. And if it's not me you're asking, or any of our Get Fit Pod team, you know, go up to your gym trainers, go up to the people who work there. That's what they're there for. And ask them a question, because you're only going to learn, and it's going to make you a better person and fitter and more confident, and that's what it's all about. Yeah, exactly. So I really hope you guys jump on board for this Ask Alex, and I'll do my very best to help you all out. And if I can't help you, there's a couple of questions where it's not in my field, but I can definitely direct you in the right direction of where to get the answer that you want.
Yeah. And that's why we have you on board, Miss Alex.
I'm really excited.
Oh,
really excited.
Me too. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Alex, and I will let you get back to helping all those yummy mummies taking care of their bumps, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. And viewers, write into Ask Alex by writing at alex@getfitpod.com. This is Jonathan from Get Fit Pod, your coach, and looking forward to seeing you next time on Get Fit Pod.